Already?
Already?
I mean, already you're recording?
No, I should wait.
It's just you and me, honey.
And dancing. And today we're talking about the fluid of the body that is not just within the lymph vessel. Does anybody have an idea of what the fluid is if it's not in a lymph vessel? Because we have a whole ocean of the body, right? And the lymphatic system is holds about 30% of our fluid in total in the body at one point in time. Of course, all the fluid is circulating through all the systems. But does anybody have a clue as to where the fluid that's not lymphatic fluid exists in the body?
Is it blood?
Plasma, yes, Pratik. And okay, let's start there. Plasma, when it comes to the end of the capillaries become porous when the teeny tiny ends of the capillaries. Some of that fluid gets pushed out of the capillaries and it goes into the
Fascia.
Fascia, the extracellular matrix, it's called. And so we have a fluid transference between the plasma and the blood into the extracellular matrix. And then from there, again, a pressurized system pushes some of the fluid into the lymphatic vessels. And then once the fluid is inside a lymphatic vessel or a node, lymphatic node, it's considered lymph. You with me? So we have fluid in the blood, we have fluid in the extracellular matrix in the connective tissues and surrounding cells and surrounding organs. And then we also have fluid within the lymphatic vessels or the lymphatic nodes. So there's this flow, this ebb and flow, this high tide, low tide flow of fluid between all systems in the body. So we get kind of like people are getting a little hung up on the lymphatic system, which it's amazing and incredible and a really important part. But a lot of the waste removal and the nutrient distribution is happening before fluid gets into the lymphatic vessel. And the fluid within the fascia is very important because it's picking up the waste products, precursing going into the lymphatic vessel. Does that make sense? So the ocean and fluid in the body has to do the cleanup job. And then once it goes into the lymphatic vessel, that's like the sewage system getting rid of it. So there has to be some preliminary cleaning up before it goes in the lymphatic system. So we're going to think about that, and we're going to think about the deep lymphatics that's hard to get to. 70% of our lymphatic system is very superficial, right? Resides within the superficial fascia, but 30% of them, especially particular nodes, are deep within the body, harder to get to. So we're going to do a lot of twists today. We're going to do some torso work. Let's go. Here we go. I got to put you on mute. That's what I forgot. Let's get down into child's pose and we'll boogie. All right, pop your elbows underneath your armpits, pull your elbows back, keep pulling back and slide yourself back. Good, relax to come forward. Keep pulling your elbows back and sliding yourself back. Can you guys see me enough? Do you have a full square of me? Okay, thanks, Pratik. Great. Good. Okay, so this whole time that we're working our lymph system this month, we're focusing on the thoracic duct always, the thoracic and the lymphatic duct around the collarbone zone. So imagine that the tissue under the collarbone is getting being stimulated and receiving a change. So just put your attention, the base of your neck around the collarbone, just behind the sternum, and start to imagine any stagnation moving from that area. That's why we're starting here. And this is why we start here in general, because this particular shape, this meridian that we're impacting, triple burner, supports fluid flow according to TCM and Mr. Cooley. Mary, I was just thinking about you, Mary. Hi, Mary. So good to see you. Good. Pop your forearms together, lift up with the back of the heart. Here we go. This is our little lymph warm up, kind of sticking to a similar theme here as we warm up for class. Gently pull your ribcage up into your body, plug down with your forearms as you dip right and left. You really want to arc up and over to stay out of the shoulder joint, and you're starting to manipulate the tissue at the base of the neck and around the collarbone. Good. Nice. Let's go for 2 more dips until you're even. Nice, Lauren. So fast. And then 1 more. Open your elbows out just a smidge. Make fists with your hands. Punch forward against your mat. Start back with your butt. Keep punching forward. Now, tuck your nose under to spread at the base of the neck. Send your shoulder tips wide to the side and float over your fingers. Come on back. Punch forward. Tuck your nose. Tuck your tailbone a little bit too. Almost C-curving your spine. Spreading through the tops of the shoulder heads. And we're definitely getting the tissue that's near and adjacent to the thoracic and the lymphatic